Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a mod overview for the Revamp expansion mod beta 1.0 for Supreme Commander 2. Man, that's a mouthful. Great. So, if you're here just to get a quick gist of what this mod does to the base game, here's all you need to know. If you like what made Supreme Commander Forged Alliance great, you need to download this mod immediately. Now, I know I have a subjective opinion, and it's completely biased because I enjoy it to my heart's content, but seriously, it's 3 times the fun. You have 3 times the unit variety, experimentals, building, tech tree, it's amazing. That's all you need to know. Go download and install it. Now, for those of you who want a more detailed interpretation of what this mod brings in terms of gameplay experience, let us jump in and resume game. Let's speed things up and quickly. As you can see from the original Forged Alliance, you now actually teleport onto the battlefield, and you do not start with any engineers. As you can see here, these little rocks are reclaimable mass that you can quickly pick up for some easy resources early on. And the next thing you might notice is the size of these mass deposits are quite small in terms of vanilla SUP COM 2. It's because all the units and buildings have been rescaled, so they're resized much smaller to make the maps feel much larger. And along with this, movement speed and turn rates have also been decreased to suit the new sizes, which makes for much more strategic play because units don't cross the map in 40 seconds. They take much longer, especially on Seaton's Clutch. Alright? Now, you have to be clutch to play Seaton's Clutch. And also allows for much more epic battles because more units can be comprised onto the screen. Now, while this is building, you don't know what it is, so I'm going to get into it a bit later. Let's quickly move on to the UI elements and open up that minimap. Now, while we talk about stuff, I am going to try and showcase a bit of the mod to you, the eye candy that it is. As you can see, the AI, these are all cheating AI, they're quite balanced. They build units that they know they should be able to build. Quite effectively. They utilize the tiers of units that have been brought back into the game. As you can see, it actually displays what tier units and buildings are now, which is great. Great information to the player. As well with the UI, you can see we've got this second resource bar. This is because the original one sucked balls. No, I'm just kidding. It's hard-coded into the game, and yes, it does suck a bit. After you reach a certain amount of resources, as you can see here, it doesn't show anymore, so you don't know how much you have. The second bar that has been implemented into the game by the mod team shows this is 1 billion resource. Okay, that should tell you enough that it is much better. Also shows resource income to 1 decimal place, I believe. As well, the research used to cut off showing 99. This here goes into into the hundreds and possibly the thousands. I'm not too sure, and also shows the income for that. What else we have with the UI? As you can see, this is a new statistics AI for units that you have selected. Show their health, their DPS for land and air, shields, resource generation, health regeneration, the whole shebang. Great plethora of information right there. As well as you can now gift, you can select allies and gift them units and buildings and whatnot. So you can either give them, don't quote me on this, but I'm not sure exactly how it works. If you give them something, it just gives them the unit as it is. And if you hit convert, I believe it converts them to their version, their faction. So if you grab a factory and hit convert, it will change to from an Illuminate to a UEF, and that sort of thing. And as well as this, if you hit the J key, you can bring up this tab, which allows you to gift resources to the allied player selected. You can either use the sliders, you can send max, or you can type in the amount you please up to a certain point, I believe. Based on Albino Snowball's UI, tweaked by Overrated. Yes, it has been tweaked. So, great new features that were not in either game, for that matter, Forged Alliance or Vanilla SUP COM 2. Now, has this finished being built? I do believe. Let's go and hit that button there and get that building. New feature. Besides this, is it brings back adjacency bonuses. So if I go ahead and quickly prop down a factory here and queue up some energy generation, pretty much it functions similarly to that of the original Forged Alliance in that it reduces build times and resource costs. This works on both experimental factories as well, all these warp pillars, and functions both with tier 1 to tier 3 energy generators. Okay, great. You also have tier 1 to 3 shield generators, mass converters, factories, engineers, mass extractors. That all can be upgraded and built. All right, fan-freaking-tastic. All right, all models created by Avidus_12. I bow down to you, sir, in your modeling ability, as we all do. Overrated in your coding skills and whatever else it is you do. I know it's important. I know it's important. I don't mean to sound. I don't mean to come off and sound probably what you probably thought I sounded like just then. I'm going to skip what I just said and continue on with this mod overview now. As you can see, you've got new experimentals. You've got dragons that breathe fire. You've got airships. It's ridiculous, but it's ridiculously great. Okay, look at this, a new gunship. It's fantastic. It's fantastico. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. So we've talked about adjacency bonuses. Adjacency also works for point defense in that, depending on what faction you are, you have a different effect on the point defense, so tier 1, tier 3. So it'll either grant increased rate of fire, range, or I'm not sure if it was damage or regeneration. I'm not too sure on that, okay? What else do we have? So all the units that existed in Supreme Commander 2 have been placed in the different tiers from tier 1 to tier 3, rebalanced, along with all the new units. So if we quickly jump into the tech tree, you can see it has completely been overhauled. New icons, upgrades, is fantastic, alright? New feature, anti-nukes now can store more anti-nukes and have an auto-build toggle, which is great. So you can set it and forget it, not have to worry about it. Illuminate now have a naval factory. Now, bear this in mind, this is a foundation that has been laid for future content. It's not by any means fleshed out. Originally when it came out, it actually crashed the game. But it works in that you can build basic naval units from the original Forge Alliance. The models have not been redone. It hasn't been balanced in any way, shape, or form. So keep that in mind. Mass conversion works the same as Supreme Commander 2 in that you can take a lump sum of power and turn it into mass, say 5,000 power into 500 mass. But you can also now continuously generate like the original Forged Alliance mass converters did. So you can have a continuous generation of mass, be it like 2 mass, but it takes 200 power or 20 power generation to keep running. But you can't do both at the same time. It's either one or the other. So you can have some doing it and some not. Alright? Great. What else do we have? There is now a ACU rush timer. It's invisible to the naked eye, but if you've ever played No Rush 20 minutes and it comes up with this little yellow area which you can build in for the first 20 minutes, you can't leave. This is pretty much down there, and it's hidden from you, from the player, so you won't actually see it. But if I were to take my ACU while this is not hit 40 over to my opponent, their main starting base, I will get a major debuff in that my ACU will pretty much do this. If you see my ACU now, in that he will move ridiculously slowly, not be able to basically fire almost, and turn rate is reduced because it keeps pausing. Obviously you can't see it now, but it will continually pause and not move or shoot or do anything. After 40 minutes, however, you can freely use your ACU in any offensive manner you choose. Kudos to them for adding that. It was an issue in both the SUP COM vanilla and the mod, and it's been addressed, especially now that ACUs are pretty tanky machines now, okay? They are ridiculously tanky. Look at that, the Monkey Lord too is so beautiful. It almost brings a tear to my eye, guys. I'm not even joking. It's so amazing. A few aesthetic changes that you may not have noticed. The new tarmacs put new tarmac texture underneath buildings for all the factions, so you've got unique to each faction. Look fantastic. I love it. Considering they were almost non-existent in the in vanilla SUP COM 2, which is weird for some reason. And the second point I'm going to make, I harp on it a lot. It's not important to most people, but the color scheming was freaking ridiculous in vanilla SUP COM 2. And people are going to be like, dude, shut the hell up. We don't care. It's small. But pretty much if you were a blue UEF, you were blue and yellow. You weren't just blue, you were blue and yellow. See where the blue is? The rest of it would be yellow, or vice versa. and it was annoyed me to no end. Oh, look, it's the new Percival Mark II. With his Gatling gun. Oh my goodness, lag. Now, however, if you're blue, you're blue. If you're yellow, you're yellow. You're not pink and green and whatnot. All this crazy shiznit. Alright? Oh, so many new experimental units. It's great, great, great fun. How's this going? It's just about done. I'm pretty much going to be wrapping up this video. That's pretty much all you need to know. You've got new UI elements. You've got new overhauled tech tree. AI is fitting for the new mod. You can play multiplayer, guys. So long as you both have the same game hash, you can play multiplayer. It's great. You can now change in the mod manager your unit cap from the vanilla of 500 to up to 2,000. Depending on your specs, you may want to keep it at 500. It's quite taxing. It is, in my opinion, the best, or one of the only, but it is the best Supreme Commander 2 mod transformation total conversion. It's great. Avidus _12 probably doesn't want to be called that. Avidus and overrated. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be keeping track of how this mod progresses in the future, like I always said I would. And that's going to do it for today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and subscribe or don't. It's not all that important to me, but you know, it kind of makes my day somewhat. And I wish you all good night, because we all got to sleep sometime. Peace! But before I say that, before I fire this, let's quickly check I'm not forgetting anything. No? Alright, let's go. I really want to fire this somewhere where it's going to be useful, so I think I'm going to go just here. Yeah, that seems cool. Look, it even has a launching animation. OMG. Now, why would you use acronyms at a time like this, dude? Seriously. Look at this. It's you got to caress it, guys. You got to you come out to play, Mr. Nuke. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. Seriously, guys, why are you still here? Go and download the mod. Just don't. Let's slow it down to normal speed. Just go play the mod. Please go and play the mod. But bye now. Oh, this is so sick. This is so sick. Oh, orgasm. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Alright, guys. Wish you all good night once again. Peace! Damn! Why'd I have to die to do that?